Okay, so walk us through, Sam. Someone who's doing some sales, nothing significant, hasn't broken 1 million yet in a year. So, but growing, good indications about the product, reviews are good and everything, and the company wants to grow. So, and they decide to use Amazon DSP. So, walk us through some practical things that they ought to be doing.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, there's a couple of things that we typically look at. For one, to determine if a brand should be running on DSP, because while it is 100% true that the barrier to entry is lower than most think, DSP is not for everybody. I all the time will speak to brands that'll inquire about DSP, and I ultimately advise them against it for one reason or another. But a couple of things that we look at: you should have your PPC strategy very much dialed in before incorporating Amazon DSP. PPC is and always will be the main lever in terms of paid advertising for Amazon sellers to be able to capitalize on, as it's lower funnel. It's paying actively to drive people to your product detail pages. It's the lifeblood of paid advertising within Amazon, and you should make sure that your PPC strategy is dialed in before looking to expand to DSP. Once you feel like you're in a good place with PPC, the next thing I like to look at is review count. I typically don't recommend brands run DSP on products with fewer than 100 reviews or anywhere less than 4 stars, just because for the DSP, you're charging a CPM basis, or cost per mile, which is cost per 1,000 impressions, as opposed to cost per click. So what that means is that you're charged every time somebody sees your ad, whether or not they actually click on it. And in the PPC world, of course, reviews are incredibly important for click-through and conversion rates, but often if somebody's going to be dissuaded by a review count and they see you on the product detail page, they just might not click on it. And then you get an impression, but you don't pay anything, and people don't go to your product detail pages. Within the DSP, you get charged just when people see it. So you want to make sure that you're ultimately set up for success. And when you are set up for success, then the DSP can be an incredibly powerful lever